Halo. It's a franchise that I hold near and dear to my heart. I've grown up with the games, I've spent hundreds of hours playing them, and they're some of my favourite pieces of media ever made. Now that's all extremely high praise, but I'm sure you know why, considering you've clicked on this video. The first Halo brought a complete revelation to the first-person shooter genre, introducing the concept of the second joystick to control the camera, the limitation of only being able to hold two weapons, intelligent AI that appropriately respond to the player's actions, a cinematic, gripping story, legendary music, and so much more. Halo was the first for a lot of genre-defining conventions of first-person shooters going forward. Introducing and fleshing out these concepts is what has garnered this game's reputation for being the definitive shooter and killer app for the Xbox. A lot of this can be inferred from the excitement built up by fans of Halo for its much anticipated sequel, Halo 2.
One of the most eagerly awaited video games finally goes on sale.
Preparing to rewrite retail history.
Video game is expected to have bigger first-day revenues than any movie has ever had an opening day at the box office.
Biggest retail launch in entertainment history.
Dozens of grown men and probably about 3 women have crawled out of their parents' basements tonight to be first in line to buy the new video game Halo 2.
Video gamers across the country are anxiously awaiting the midnight release of a game called Halo 2.
45 minutes and counting for Halo 2 to go on sale.
The line right now is probably about 100 yards long.
It is the most anticipated game in entertainment history.
Halo 2's hype was so insane that people took the day off work to buy the game at its midnight release and play it all night long. Even though it had only been 3 years since the release of Halo 1, the game made such an impact to warrant a sequel and the overwhelming hype for its release. But what made Halo so special? What is it about this game that captivated the minds of millions? Today, I'll be analysing the story of Halo Combat Evolved. Before we get into the game itself, I think it's important to cover Halo's extensive development process, and the many iterations and changes that occurred. Halo was created by Bungie, who at that point had already been producing several somewhat successful games since its founding in 1991. Halo was initially set to be a real-time strategy game, similar to games like Halo Wars. The idea is that you control and deploy ground units to destroy the enemy bases and defend your own. The footage available of this old build of Halo has many concepts that would be fleshed out more in the final game. This original idea was scrapped, however, and the game was changed to be a third-person shooter set to release on Mac and Windows. However, once again, Halo would change. Bungie was bought by Microsoft, and the game was now an Xbox exclusive, and it's also a first-person shooter now. Bungie would eventually release the game, but what were some of their priorities while developing it? For the story, Bungie took inspiration from the Marathon series that they had previously developed, along with movies such as Saving Private Ryan. As far as world-building philosophies go, Halo takes a lot of inspiration from religions, such as Christianity, for naming conventions, like the word Halo. Obviously. Bungie also stuck by concepts such as show don't tell, having concise dialogue, and the rule of cool. This all shows up in the game heaps, which is proof that these ideas worked. That's enough with the history lesson though. So now it's time to get ready to jump into the world of Halo. Halo opens up with a short cutscene telling us all about the world and setting. It's clear from the giant spaceship and the ring world that this is far into the future. Zooming in on top of the bridge of this massive vessel, we see humans with foreboding and slightly tense music, along with the captain of the ship, discussing some faction called the Covenant, setting them up as being a threat. The greatest thing about the captain's dialogue is that he's recapping large events briefly, not needing to go too in-depth and letting the viewer wonder about the setting.
As for tracking us all the way from Reach, at light speed my maneuvering options were limited.
We were running dark, yes?
Until we decelerated, no one could have missed the hole we tore in subspace. They were waiting for us on the far side of the planet.
So, where do we stand?
Our fighters are mopping up the last of their recon picket now, nothing serious. But I've isolated approach signatures for multiple CCS-class battle groups. Make it 3 capital ships per group. And in about 90 seconds, they'll be all over us.
Well, that's it then. Bring the ship back up to Combat Alert Alpha.
Everyone, sir?
And Cortana. Let's give our old friends a warm welcome.
I've already begun.
Captain's orders are then shown to us, with Marines getting ready for combat, and vehicles being organised.
Fifth platoon, secure airlocks on deck 11. 14th platoon, rendezvous with 22nd Tactical at Bulkhead Charlie 14.
Sergeant rallies his troops in a fashion similar to how this same act is depicted in other media, creating a human connection to the player.
Man, we let those dumb bugs out to the middle of nowhere to keep them from getting their filthy claws on Earth. But we stumbled onto something that's so hot for that they're scrambling over each other to get it. Well, I don't care if it's God's own anti-son of a bitch machine or a giant hula hoop, we're not gonna let them have it. What we will let them have is a belly full of lead and a pool of their own blood to drown in. Am I right, Marines?
Sir, yes, sir!
Damn right I am. Now move it out! Double time!
Attention all personnel. We are re-engaging the enemy. External and internal contact imminent.
All you greenhorns who wanted to see Covenant up close, this is gonna be your lucky day.
The reveal of the Master Chief has hopeful music playing in the background. This music greatly contrasts with the setting, as it is clear that the ship is going to be attacked by enemy vessels anytime soon. It's almost as if what's in the cryo chamber is a force of hope for the crew.
Blowing the pins in 5.
After a short tutorial, the captain wants you at the bridge. So you follow the guy who made sure your shields were working, and boom, straight into the action. After one quick crouching tutorial, you have to navigate hallways and find the bridge. You get your first glimpse of the Covenant, seeing their advanced and alien weaponry, utilizing plasma projectiles. Oh, that's a tongue twister.
Captain Keyes is waiting for us, sir.
Finally, you arrive at your destination. Captain Keyes.
Captain Keyes.
Good to see you, Master Chief. Things aren't going well. Cortana did her best, but we never really had a chance.
A dozen Covenant superior battleships against a single Halcyon-class cruiser. With those odds, I'm content with 3, make that 4 kills. Sleep well?
No thanks to your driving, yes.
So you did miss me.
Report!
It must have been one of their boarding parties. I'd guess an antimatter charge.
Control for the main cannon is offline!
Captain, the cannon was my last offensive option.
All right then. I'm initiating Cold Protocol Article 2. We're abandoning the Autumn. That means you too, Cortana.
While you do what? Go down with the ship?
In a manner of speaking. The object we found, I'm gonna try and land the Autumn on it.
This war has enough dead heroes.
I appreciate your concern, Cortana, but it's not up to me. The protocol is clear. Destruction or capture of a shipboard AI is absolutely unacceptable, and that means you're leaving ship. Lock in a selection of emergency landing zones, upload them to my neural lace, and then sort yourself.
Aye, aye, sir.
Which is where you come in, Chief. Get Cortana off this ship. Keep her safe from the enemy. If they capture her, they'll learn everything. Force deployment, weapons research, Earth.
I understand.
The Autumn will continue evasive maneuvers until you initiate a landing sequence. Not that you'll listen, but I'd suggest letting my subroutines handle the final approach.
Excellent work, Cortana. Thank you. Are you ready?
Yank me.
Good luck, Master Chief.
Your architecture isn't much different from the Autumn's.
Don't get any funny ideas.
Don't keep it loaded, son. You'll have to find ammo as you go.
Cortana, the ship's AI, has her importance established, and Keyes gives you a mission. Protect Cortana and get off his ship. The mention of Earth during this cutscene really sets the stakes of the mission. Even though it's clear humanity possesses interstellar travel, Earth is still the most important place for these advanced people. This creates an emotional connection as we know what's on the line. Billions of innocent lives are at risk if Cortana is captured. This focus on story from the beginning, well, was not common in first-person shooters in 2001. Doom released in 1993 with story not really at the heart of that game, but there was a tad there, and Marathon released in 1994 by Bungie, the same developer, which was driven by narrative. But Halo was where this idea really took off.
We should hurry.
In Halo, the characters have interesting dialogue and cutscenes like a real movie. This was Bungie's goal, and for this opening sequence, they absolutely hit the nail on the head. One thing on the dialogue though, it tells you what you need to know, but leaves a lot up to the imagination, and leaves plenty of room for expansions to the story through other games or media. Captain Keyes gives you a pistol, and you're let loose to find a way to get off the ship. Exiting the room, a group of grunts appear, who are the cannon fodder of the Covenant. They go down easy, showing their pitiful status. Then you turn a corner and see some Marines from previous cutscenes in action taking down some aliens, and you jump in to help, but more and more enemies pile into the room. Some of your Marine comrades will likely die, especially on the higher difficulties. In the footage shown, every single one of them fell in battle. This may not seem like much, but combined with the ambient sounds and the footsteps of the player and the atmosphere, we're shown that this story is not all about heroics, it's about survival. The enemies introduced in this room are the elites. They are tall creatures that have energy shielding, just like the player, which somewhat makes them a unit of equal power. Moving on through a few quiet hallways, a few Marines inform you that something just hit the ship. Moving around the corner reveals a group of Marines that could use help. And bang, the door behind them explodes and enemies pile out. After they are killed, Cortana explains how they are getting in.
They're using our lifeboat airlocks to attach their boarding craft. We go out and they come in. Clever bastards.
This piece of dialogue has the clear intent of showing that the Covenant is a smart group of aliens that also happen to be very threatening. The level moves on with a few more combat encounters, and the music increases in its excitement, and the Marines start cheering for you, showing how excited they are to see you. You then reach a room with stairs and many elites that have taken the high ground. This is a truly difficult encounter, as there is not much cover, and the enemies are really hard to shoot. The encounter establishes that the Covenant understand battle tactics, and how big of an advantage the high ground is, further increasing their deadliness in the player's mind. This is an example of storytelling through gameplay, which is a concept we will come back to later. After a few quick trips through the maintenance tunnels and a few groups of aliens later, you're back to the start of the game, looking at where you emerge from your cryosleep. And there are elites swarming the area, as Cortana elaborates on what they are doing.
It looks like the Covenant wanted to catch you napping.
These elites were planning to assassinate you in your sleep. This just continues to build the idea that the Covenant, and especially the elites, are cunning, deadly, and strategic. A few more encounters happen with music that increases in intensity, and that comprises the rest of the level, and the player makes it to the last escape pod.
Oh no! Oh no!
Now would be a very good time to leave.
Punch it.
Ah, sir. We're disengaged.
The pilot takes off, and one of the Marines exclaims about not wanting to die, and asking if everything will be okay. Chief pats him on the shoulder, not saying, but implying that everything will be alright. This is an example of how the Master Chief's actions tell us a lot about his character, and his use of the show don't tell concept. Instead of Chief just saying something bland, we get this, which in my opinion is a lot better.
The Autumn's accelerating. Keys is going in manual.
Heads up, everyone. This is it. We're entering the ring's atmosphere in 5.
Sure you wouldn't rather take a seat?
We'll be fine.
If I still had fingers, they'd be crossed.
We're coming in too fast. Damn! Air brake failure. They flew too early. I'm losing her. Brace for impact!
Chief? Chief, can you hear me? At last. Are you all right? Can you move? Yeah, there's the impact. There's nothing we can do. Warning. I've detected multiple Covenant dropships on approach. I recommend moving into those hills. If we're lucky, the Covenant will believe that everyone aboard this lifeboat died in the crash. Alert! Covenant dropship inbound. They must be looking for survivors. I recommend immediate evasion.
Just wow. It's just captivating. Once the Chief wakes up, the silence is so atmospheric. The Covenant sends a scout team over to the wreckage, and the player will likely take cover in the hills following Cortana's recommendation. The Covenant not only sent a scout team, but the Banshee aircraft too. Chief moves on through the valley and arrives at a strange building that is swarmed by Covenant. After defeating the group, Chief finds a small group of Marines that had also made it off the Autumn. They unite and fight off hordes of Covenant squadrons, but most of the Marines fell in combat. Cortana gets in contact with Foehammer and requests for transportation in the form of a warthog to try and save groups of soldiers whose escape pods just landed. On the way there, the Chief arrives at a cave, which Cortana discovers to be a construct built by some group of people.
Someone built it.
This is the first hint that this strange world was built by others long before the Autumn arrived. Entering the cave, we see strange architecture showcasing the artificial nature of this place. The Chief activates some sort of light bridge, I don't know, it looks a bit sketchy, and manages to get out of the cave, and Cortana, who is monitoring Covenant communications, finds out that a large amount of the Autumn's crew made it off the ship, being more than she initially predicted, creating the possibility for a resistance of some sort to form. Chief and Cortana make their way to 3 groups of Marines and try to save them, with some of them unfortunately falling in the process. After saving the final group, Cortana manages to discover the ship where the Covenant is holding Captain Keyes, who can help rally the surviving human forces to fight against the Covenant. Foehammer takes everyone out of the area and gets ready to invade the Covenant ship named the Truth and Reconciliation.
There's our ride. Get aboard and let's get out of here.
Welcome aboard, Master Chief. Ready for dust-off. We should move out, Lieutenant, and then we'll need your help on a rescue mission. The enemy has captured Captain Keyes and are holding him aboard one of their cruisers, the Truth and Reconciliation. The ship is currently holding position approximately 300 meters above the other end of this plateau.
So how do we get inside the ship if it's in the air? The Corps issued me a rifle, not wings.
There's a gravity lift that ferries troops and supplies between the ship and the surface. That's our ticket in.
Once we get inside the ship, I should be able to lock on to the tracking signal from Captain Keyes' neural implants.
Hit 'em, Marines! Go, go, go! The Corps ain't paying us by the hour!
Stick to the higher ground to the right. We should be able to recon the Covenant position without being spotted. I've detected Covenant stationary guns near the next pass. I recommend using your sniper rifle to take out the gunners while I call for Marine support.
Get ready to move in to support us, Sergeant. The Master Chief is going to covertly take out as many of the Covenant as he can. Don't open fire until you hear the enemy return fire on us. That should let us keep the element of surprise.
So following Cortana's instructions, Chief and the Marines make their way through a few groups of Covenant until they arrive at the ship's gravity lift. However, the lift is swarming with enemies, and more begin to pour out of the ship. Eventually, after an onslaught of enemies, the player is introduced to the Hunters in a very interesting way. Alarming music starts playing, and the player looks at the gravity lift and sees a pair of massive creatures that start shooting rocket explosions. They have a shield, and they can't be damaged from the front. This would likely instill a sense of panic into a first-time player, as you would realize that you need to get close up with these new enemies, and as you do, one charges forward. Unfortunately, if you know that the hunters only need one shot in the back from a sniper or pistol to go down, this encounter is not very stressful at all. However, the introduction to the hunters is still a great example of coordination between what the player is doing and the music, which helps to sell the danger of the hunters. Chief is then gifted with a new group of Marines who back him up when heading into the gravity lift into the belly of the beast. Wait, no, the ship. Yeah, that's right. The ship. The ship.
We're in. I've got a good lock on the Captain's CNI transponder. No Covenant defenses detected.
What? There's no Covenant here? Think maybe nobody's home.
The banter between the Marines was somewhat funny, but after the dust settles, the leftover bodies and blood of your fallen comrades speak for themselves. Those Marines for a moment seemed like genuine people, and now they're just dead on the floor. And obviously they're just 3D models in a video game, but Bungie tries throughout these first few missions to get the player to care about them, and if you did form some sort of attachment to these people by this point, you would feel some sorrow for them. I know I'm rambling on a bit, but this is the same feeling you might experience with a movie. It's no different for a video game, if you are fully immersed. Moving on, through a bunch of encounters, the Chief arrives at a vehicle docking bay, fighting his way through enemies above him and the third pair of hunters of this goddamn level. Large amount of enemy encounters in this level sells the idea of this being a heavily guarded ship where prisoners are kept. This level is damn hard on Legendary, and the setting warrants the challenge, and the challenge sells the setting. The gameplay and difficulty help sell the story of invading an enemy ship to save a very high value person, being Captain Keyes. To be honest, I think this entire level's difficulty and its length are another great example of storytelling through gameplay. I mean, of course the Covenant would want to guard the leader of the Pillar of Autumn with a massive force of enemies. It's just basic military strategy, so making the gameplay complement that story aspect, it just all adds together to help sell the setting. Sorry about the second ramble of this level, but I feel it's justified in its story importance. The Chief makes it to the top of the vehicle bay, and with Cortana's assistance, they find Keyes and a group of Marines locked away. Chief kills the invisible guards and sets them free.
Coming here was reckless. You two know better than this. Thanks. Marines, lock and load your weapons. Let's be ready to move.
Yes, sir.
While the Covenant had us locked up in here, I overheard the guards talking about this ring world. They call it Halo.
One moment, sir. Accessing the Covenant BattleNet. According to the data in their networks, the ring has some kind of deep religious significance. If I'm analyzing this correctly, they believe that Halo is some kind of weapon, one with vast, unimaginable power.
Then it's true. The Covenant kept saying that whoever controls Halo controls the fate of the universe.
Now I see. I have intercepted a number of messages about a Covenant search team scouting for a control room. I thought they were looking for the bridge of a cruiser that I damaged during the battle above the ring. But they must be looking for Halo's control room.
That's bad news. If Halo is a weapon, and the Covenant gain control of it, they'll use it against us and wipe out the entire human race. Chief, Cortana, I have a new mission for you. We need to beat the Covenant to Halo's control room. Marines, let's move.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Chief, you have the point.
We should head back to the shuttle bay and call for evac.
This short cutscene conveys so much information. 1, the ring is called Halo. 2, Halo is a weapon. And 3, the Covenant want to use it for some religious purpose. I don't know, ask religious people. Therefore, Keyes orders the Chief to stop the Covenant and get to Halo's control room first. Very simple, but this should give the player a massive change in perspective on the world. In the next segment, the player has to escape without letting Keyes fall in battle. The group contact Fohammer asking for a pickup, but she can't make it, and Keyes comes up with a better idea.
Cortana, if you and the Chief can get us into one of those Covenant dropships, I can fly us out of here.
Yes, Captain. There's a Covenant dropship still docked.
Everyone gets on a dropship as Keyes shows why he's the captain, finishing the level in style.
That's it. The dropship is loose.
Everybody, mount up. Let's get on board.
Give me a minute to interface with the ship's controls.
No need. I'll take this bird out myself.
Captain, hunters!
Hang on.
Nice one, sir.
Time for a little payback.
The Covenant believe that what they call the Silent Cartographer is somewhere under this island. The Cartographer is a map room that will lead us to Halo's control center. The island has multiple structures and installations. One of them contains the map room.
We're approaching the LZ. It's gonna be hot. Get set to come out swinging. Touchdown! Hit it, Marines!
Go, go, go!
We start Mission 4 with an assault on the beach of the island, where Halo's map is contained. This assault being spearheaded by the Chief and a squad of Marines. They storm through the Covenant forces with some banger music playing in the background, and then Fohammer drops off a warthog and the Chief makes his way to the facility holding the map of Halo, as Cortana provides a few lines of dialogue on the situation.
The Covenant are putting up a real fight. The Cartographer must be here. My analysis indicates that the map room should be at the bottom floor of this facility. Let's keep going inside. Don't let them lock the doors.
Cortana says, don't let them lock the doors, as, well, the Chief proceeds to, well,
they've locked the doors.
you know, let them lock the doors. And Cortana relays this information to Keyes, as he instructs Chief to get in by any means necessary. There aren't any rocket launchers nearby, so Chief has to drive to the security center to open the door. Chief makes his way through the valley, kills a pair of hunters, some more enemies, and then another pair of those damn hunters. Jesus Christ! And after dispatching them, he finally enters the facility. Mysterious music starts playing, as the chief gets closer to the security system and shuts it down.
Good. That should open the door that leads into the main shaft.
Mayday! Mayday! Dropship Bravo 22 taking enemy fire! Repeat, we are under heavy fire and are losing altitude!
Understood. We're on our way.
As the chief leaves, he's contacted by a pelican, and they are in danger of crashing onto the island. But before he can leave, he's ambushed by camouflaged elites, slowing him down. Chief exits the facility and spots the pelican along with the patrol group of enemies. The crew is dead, and they couldn't be saved. This adds to a sense of despair that may be felt throughout the rest of the game. The player drives back to the map facility and may trigger an optional cutscene. This cutscene shows how large the interior of the facility is, and the music, well, for me, combined with the visuals, gives me a sense of awe. The player makes their way deeper into the facility, killing another pair of those hunters. I don't know why there are so many. And the player, continues to make their way to the map room, which, unsurprisingly, is guarded by many elites, signaling to the player through gameplay that this spot is important.
Analyzing. Halo's control center is located there. That structure appears to be some sort of temple or shrine, if I've interpreted this correctly. Interesting. A shrine is an unlikely place to put such a significant installation.
Cortana to Captain Keyes.
The captain has dropped out of contact, Cortana. His ship may be out of range or having equipment problems.
Keep trying. Let me know when you've re-established contact, and then tell him that the Master Chief and I have determined the location of the control center. We'll be heading there as soon as we're topside.
Finding the control center is all the chief needed, so now it's time to get out alive. Music starts blasting and the guitar kicks in, signaling that this is a heroic moment as the player starts taking down hordes of enemies and running up the stairs all the way back to the top. This moment is supposed to make you feel like the ultimate badass, but I can't really explain it. It's just something about the way that, killing enemies combined with the music, and it just screams cool. Once the player reaches the top, they'll encounter a bunch of camo elites who go down easy, unless you're me. They just killed me over and over again. I kind of struggled. And Faux Hammer comes and picks the chief up.
Let's get moving. Faux Hammer, here are coordinates and a flight plan I've worked up.
Cortana, these coordinates are underground.
The Covenant did a thorough seismic scan, and my analysis shows that Halo is honeycombed with deep tunnels, which circle the whole ring.
I hope your analysis is on the money, Cortana. This pelican won't turn on a dime.
Look on the bright side, Faux Hammer. The last thing the Covenant will expect is an aerial insertion from underground. Roger that. We'll be able to find our way to the control center from here.
Good luck. Full hammer out.
This mission has only one goal: to find Halo's control room. So naturally, Chief exits the Pelican and moves through the initial building to find a bridge and massive cliff sides with snow. Cortana has a quick conversation with a fire team of Marines asking for assistance, so Chief does the hero thing and makes his way there. After making it through the bridge, which has some awesome music playing in the background, by the way, it's just amazing, and also a nice relaxing elevator ride. Chief finally arrives to help the last of the remaining Marines take down Covenant vehicles. Chief makes it to the downed Pelican to find another group of Marines and the mighty Scorpion tank. Naturally, the player, I don't know why you wouldn't hop in, but the player does surely hop aboard and destroys the alien scumbags in the area. Not much important happens in the level from here, apart from making it to Halo's control room, so let's just fast forward through the fun combat sections. By the way, they are fun. This level is really good, but there's just not too much as far as story stuff. Yeah. So we'll just fast forward to the final stretch. Cortana lets the player know that the control room is inside the pyramid structure to the left, and if you're cool like me, you'd steal a Banshee from an elite and fly there in style.
Bring me up there and I should be able to get us inside.
Opening the door, some kick-ass beat starts playing, signaling a final encounter. And of course, the control room is heavily guarded by the religious group of aliens that want to use its weapon to wipe out the human race. What a surprise. The sheer scale of the room and beauty of the Halo projection should give this room a sense of grand importance.
This is it. Halo's control center. That terminal, try there.
You all right?
Never been better. You can't imagine the wealth of information. The knowledge, so much, so fast. It's glorious.
So, what sort of weapon is it?
What are you talking about?
Let's stay focused. Halo, how do we use it against the Covenant?
This ring isn't a cudgel, you barbarian. It's something else. Something much more important. The Covenant were right. This ring, it's Forerunner. Give me a second to access. Yes, the Forerunner built this place, what they called a fortress world, in order to... Wait. No, that can't be. Oh, those Covenant fools. They must have known. There must have been signs.
Slow down. You're losing me.
The Covenant found something. Buried in this ring. Something horrible, and now they're afraid.
Something buried?
The captain. We've got to stop the captain.
Keys?
The weapons cache he's looking for. It's not really... We can't let him get inside.
I don't understand.
There's no time. Get out of here, find keys, stop him. Before it's too late!
Movement from the captain's dropship was from this area. That was over 12 hours ago. When you locate Captain Keyes, radio in, and I'll come pick you up.
Covenant cower in fear of something that has nothing to do with you. You listen to the radio of the downed Pelican and hear a few vague things, but there's sounds that this overpowering music that just can't be ignored. The forest is dark, and the Covenant have no elite commanders. A group of grunts and jackals run out of a facility, screaming as a grenade explodes next to them. Entering the facility, there's no one at all, as an elevator ominously invites you down. Foreign markings are engraved on the walls, and there are still no elites in the groups of Covenant. This has never happened before. Many doors are locked up tight, with no way in, and then venturing deeper, you see green pus like blood pouring from an open roof. There has never been green blood ever before. Through the next door, Covenant blood has splattered all over the walls, and bodies have been gathered in rooms. But how could have this happened? You were never here.
Stay back! Stay back! You're not turning me into one of those things! I'll blow your brains out! Get away from me! Ah! Ah! Don't touch me, you freaks! I won't be like you, I'll die first! Find your own hiding place, the monsters are everywhere! Play dead! That's what I did! Play dead! They took the live ones. Oh god, I can still hear them. Monsters! Ah! Ah! Ah!
Putting that Marine out of his misery was painful, but his deliriousness had to stop. The rest of this room is once again covered in blood and bodies, and there is even fire in the corner. The feeling that something has gone terribly wrong should be in full force now. It only gets worse. Human blood and the corpse of a fellow soldier. Going through one more door, the cutscene finally plays. The unsettling music and Chief's subtle body language sell the feeling of terror for what might happen next. Chief gets the camera footage of what happened to the Marines that went in here and plays it.
Sarge? Watch your mouth, son. This stuff is your history. It should remind you grunts what we're fighting to protect.
Hey, if the Covenant want to wipe out this particular part of my history, that's fine by me.
Yeah, better it than us.
You ask them real nice next time you see them, Vicente. I'm sure they'll be happy to oblige.
LZ looks Clear! I'm bringing us down!
Go, go, go! Stay close, Jenkins! Mendoza, move it up! Wait here for the captain and his squad, then get your ass inside.
Sir!
Okay, let's move!
Which is weird, right? I mean, look at it. Something scrambled the insides.
What's that? Plasma scoring?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there was an accident, you know, friendly fire or something?
What do we have, Sergeant? Looks like a Covenant patrol. Badass elite units. All KIA.
Real pretty. Friend of yours?
Nah, we just met.
Right, well, let's get this door open.
I'll try, sir. But it looks like these Covenant worked pretty hard to lock it down.
Just do it, son.
Yes, sir. Got a bad feeling about this.
Boy, you always got a bad feeling about
Captain,
something.
Sarge, can you hear me?
What's going on, son?
We've got contact, lots of them, but they're not Covenant. They're just tearing through us. What the? Oh no!
Corporal, do you copy? Over. Mendoza, get your ass back up to second squad's position and find out what the hell is going on. I don't have time for your lip, soldier. I gave you an order.
Sarge! Listen!
Where's that coming from, Mendoza?
I don't... There! Mira!
Hold still! Hold still! Let him have it! Ah! God damn it, Jenkins! Fire your weapon!
There are too many, Sarge!
Don't even think about it, Marine.
Oh, this is local!
Jenkins!
Those men, their bodies are gone, and the player meets Halo's true secret, the Flood. The reveal of the Flood, and this level in general, is one of the best examples of gameplay storytelling I've ever experienced. The setting, the music, and all that blood just make this level so damn unsettling. It sets the tone for when you meet the Flood and realize that this new threat vastly outweighs the threat of the Covenant, who at that point had already been wiping out millions of humans. The Flood start jumping out at you, and the music ramps up in tension as you sprint your way to exit the facility. The grunts and jackals that you see are demolished by this new threat, and if you take a good look, you can see that some of the Flood resemble elites. Then you realize that's why there are no elites in this level. They've all been consumed. You get to the elevator, expecting it to take you back to the surface, but you're forced deeper into the facility. With blood splattered all over the walls. You fight more flood, and somehow find another elevator that takes you to the surface, out of that place. Friendly Marines are waiting at the top, and Fohammer makes a plan to get everyone out of the swamp and meet up at an extraction point. Arriving at the point, you see a light, a blue light, and lasers from these strange looking robots. They appear to be friendly, and then the blue one starts talking.
Greetings. I am the monitor of Installation 04. I am 343 Guilty Spark. Someone has released the flood. My function is to prevent it from leaving this installation, but I require your assistance. Come, this way.
Chief, I've lost your signal! Where'd you go? Chief! Chief!
We must collect the index before we can activate the installation.
The library is easily the most long, bland, and monotonous mission Halo has to offer. Many find this level obnoxious due to its consisting of 4 floors of killing the same enemies over and over, while 343 Guilty Spark boasts about how smart he is. And that's the whole level. It's a slog, but in my opinion, this level is the greatest example of storytelling through gameplay Halo has. I believe that this level is supposed to feel monotonous, to characterize the Flood. The only enemies in the library are the Flood, and they will swarm you throughout. In some sections, you'll be completely surrounded and cornered, and you have to hold off until Spark can open a door. The Flood are smart in the way they corner you, and the mission's length sells their relentless nature as hungry parasites. The Index is the only reason you're here, and it will activate Halo's weapon and put an end to the Flood threat. All you need to do is retrieve it.
The energy barrier surrounding the Index will deactivate when we reach the ground floor. You may now retrieve the Index. Protocol requires that I take possession of the Index for transport. Your organic form renders you vulnerable to infection. The Index must not fall into the hands of the Flood before we reach the control room and activate the installation. The Flood is spreading. We must hurry. Which means that any organism with sufficient mass and cognitive capability is a potential vector. Is something wrong?
No, nothing.
Splendid, shall we? Unfortunately, my usefulness to this particular endeavor has come to an end. Protocol does not allow units with my classification to perform a task as important as the reunification of the index with the core. That final step is reserved for you, Reclaimer. That wasn't supposed to happen.
Oh, really?
Cortana.
I've spent the last 12 hours cooped up in here watching you toady about, helping that thing get set to slit our throats.
Hold on now. He's a friend.
Oh, I didn't realize. He's your pal, is he? Your chum? Do you have any idea what that bastard almost made you do?
Yes. Activate Halo's defenses and destroy the Flood, which is why we brought the index to the control center.
You mean this?
A construct in the core? That is absolutely unacceptable.
Sod off!
What impertinence! I shall purge you at once!
You sure that's a good idea?
How dare you? Oh!
Do what? I have the index. You can just float and sputter.
Enough! The Flood is spreading. If we activate Halo's defenses, we can wipe them out.
You have no idea how this ring works, do you? Why the Forerunners built it? Halo doesn't kill Flood. It kills their food. Humans, Covenant, whatever. We're all equally edible. The only way to stop the Flood is to starve them to death. And that's exactly what Halo is designed to do. Wipe the galaxy clean of all sentient life. You don't believe me? Ask him.
Is it true?
More or less. Technically, this installation's pulse has a maximum effective radius of 25,000 light years. But once the others follow suit, this galaxy will be quite devoid of life. Or at least any life with sufficient biomass to sustain the Flood. But you already knew that.
Left out that little detail, did he?
We have followed outbreak containment procedure to the letter. You were with me each step of the way as we managed this crisis.
Chief, I'm picking up movement.
Why would you hesitate to do what you've already done?
We need to go, right now.
Last time you asked me, if it were my choice, would I do it? Having had considerable time to ponder your query, my answer has not changed. There is no choice. We must activate the ring.
Get us out of here.
If you are unwilling to help, I will simply find another. Still, I must have the index. Give your construct to me, or I will be forced to take her from you.
That's not going to happen.
So be it. Save his head. Dispose of the rest.
Look out.
You probably felt similar to me when watching that. That cutscene is so gripping, and so are all the cutscenes in this game. Some new bit of genuinely interesting information is given in every cutscene. And the pacing and the dialogue and... well, it's great. Halo's cutscenes keep me hooked. I never want to skip them because it feels to me like a movie. As if the gameplay in that moment is less important. I think Halo's gameplay is fantastic, of course, but the cutscenes and story sometimes outshine it. It's what I remember when I think of the game. This is true about life in general. You remember things by the way they made you feel, and Halo makes me feel a lot of different emotions. Yeah, sorry, I'll get back on track now. The revelation that Halo will destroy all sentient life in the galaxy is, well, huge. Halo must be destroyed before it destroys everything. So, for the final 3 missions, that is your only goal. Cortana believes that blowing up the Autumn's fusion reactor will produce an explosion big enough to shatter Halo. But getting there will take time. Spark may be able to activate Halo in some other way, so the best course of action is to destroy Halo's pulse generators, which power its weapon. The first pulse generator is high up the cliffside, so you commandeer a Banshee and fly up. Cortana explains how to destroy it, and that your shields will be down after the procedure. You disabled the generator and are ambushed by sentinels. But your shields have likely recharged already, so they are no threat. Getting to the second generator takes much longer. You'll venture through rooms, bridges, elevators, and even get to drive a ghost. During these sections, you must fight your way through hordes of Covenant, Flood, and Sentinels that all want you dead. But they may be distracted by each other. We understand that each enemy faction has a motive at this point. The Covenant wants to fire Halo for some religious reason, the Flood wants to consume everyone, and Spark, who's controlling the Sentinels, wants the Index, wants the Covenant to get lost, and also wants to activate Halo and destroy the Flood. All the factions have good reason to attack not just you, but every other faction as well. So, on your way to the pulse generators, you'll encounter every type of enemy in the game and witness them fighting each other. This solidifies the idea that the player isn't the only moving part in this world. Every group will act on their own, even if the player is not present. Well, that's not true, but that's what it feels like. The immersion this brings and opportunities for dynamic encounters make the final act of this game so fun I played them the whole way through, only stopping for mandatory purposes, such as taking a leak. Cortana figures out that she needs Captain Keyes' neural implants to start a detonation in the order, so after the generators are destroyed, you need to go and find him. The second generator is the same as the first in that it is destroyed with ease, and all that's left is one final run to the final generator. Just listen to that music and witness the battle. The atmosphere expels something that can only be described as awesome. After stealing one last Banshee, the final generator is only guarded by a few sentinels. You destroy them, and then the generator.
Final target neutralized. Let's get out of here.
Let's find a ride and get to the captain.
No, that'll take too long.
You have a better idea?
There's a teleportation grid that runs throughout Halo. That's how the monitor moves about so quickly. I learned how to tap into the grid when I was in the control center. Unfortunately, each jump requires a rather consequential expenditure of energy.
Something tells me I'm not gonna like this.
But I'm pretty sure I can pull it from your suit without permanently damaging your shields. Needless to say, I think we should only try this once.
Do it.
The Covenant network is absolute chaos. From what I've been able to piece together, their leadership ordered all ships to abandon Halo when they found the Flood, but they were too late. The Flood overwhelmed this cruiser and disabled it. The Covenant are terrified the Flood will repair the ship and use it to escape from Halo. They've sent in a strike team to neutralize the Flood and repair the ship for immediate departure. I've got a good lock on Captain Key's CNI transponder signal. He's alive, and the implants are intact. There's some interference from the cruiser's damaged reactor. I'll bring us in as close as I can. Oh, I see. The coordinate data needs to be... Right. Sorry.
Don't be a fool. Leave me.
Captain? Captain? I've lost him.
Captain Keyes is clearly in danger, and you have to find him. But this ship is not as complete as it used to be.
Analyzing damage.
You drop straight into a combat zone. Flood and Covenant killing each other. Your new goal is to get back on the ship where Keyes is being held. You fight your way through the strange green liquid and hordes of terrified Covenant and the ravenous Flood to make it to a gravity lift. The Flood have almost completely taken over this ship, leaving trails of blood in their wake. They've destroyed parts of walls and have zombified many Covenant troops. Really, this level is another showing of how dangerous the Flood are. It has some cool set pieces, but doesn't add more story progression until the point where you finally find Keyes.
No human life signs detected. The captain, he's one of them. We can't let the Flood get off this ring. You know what he'd expect. What he'd want us to do. It's done. I have the code. We should go.
The Flood got to the captain first, using his body to build some kind of large thing, and after retrieving what you need, you set off to escape. On the way to the shuttle bay, you'll encounter Spec Ops Covenant, clad in deep black armor, and possess the strongest weapons and shielding of any other enemy. They are a challenge to take down, but their deployment show how determined the Covenant is to not let the Flood leave Halo. Some Covenant just flew in some Banshees, which are exactly what you need to escape. So you steal another Banshee, and some epic music cheers you on as you fly off to the final level of Halo.
It'll hold.
We're not gonna make it!
We'll make it.
Pull up! Pull up! You did that on purpose, didn't you? We need to get to the bridge. From there, we can use the captain's neural implants to initiate an overload of the ship's fusion engines. The explosion should damage enough systems below it to destroy the ring.
The music here exudes a sense of ominousness and finality, reminding you that this will be your final mission. The Autumn has been wrecked. The Flood have made their way aboard. The Covenant is here, and even the Sentinels. The Covenant enemies here are almost all the Spec Ops variants. The game's difficulty is high, and explosions here will likely trigger chain reactions. This once friendly ship is now hostile and dangerous, and it's about to get even worse.
I leave home for a few days and look what happens. This won't take long. There. That should give us enough time to make it to a lifeboat and put some distance between ourselves and Halo before the detonation.
I'm afraid that's out of the question, really.
Oh, hell.
Ridiculous! That you would imbue a warship's AI with such a wealth of knowledge? Weren't you worried it might be captured? Or destroyed?
He's in my data arrays, a local tap.
You can't imagine how exciting this is! To have a record of all of our lost time! Human history, is it? Fascinating. Oh, how I will enjoy every moment of its categorization! To think that you would destroy this installation as well as this record! I am shocked. Almost too shocked for words.
He stopped the self-destruct sequence.
Why do you continue to fight us, Reclaimer? You cannot win! Give us the construct, and I will endeavor to make your death relatively painless and...
At least I still have control over the comm channels.
Where is he?
I'm detecting taps throughout the ship. Sentinels, most likely. As for the monitor... He's in engineering. He must be trying to take the core offline. Even if I could get the countdown restarted, I don't know what to do.
How much firepower would you need to crack one of the engine's shields?
Not much. A well-placed grenade, perhaps, but why... Okay, I'm coming with you. Chief, Sentinels!
Spark's cronies swarm you once again, but Chief is a man with a plan, and a few grenades as well. It's a long way to the engine room, and it's defended by every faction in the game, but at this point, you're well practiced, and nothing can hold you back for long. Spark is still trying to take the core offline, and he deploys more Sentinels to try and stop you. He still continues to blabber on, pleading you to give him the index. But you're not naive anymore. You know what he will do. You continue, destroying each fusion reactor. Once you destroy all but one, some hopeful music plays, encouraging you to finish the job.
Keep it up. Only one more fusion reactor to go.
Not acceptable, Kramer. You must...
Did it! The engine's gone critical. Based on the current rate of decay, we should have 15 minutes to get off the ship. Don't have much time. We should move outside and signal for evac. Accessing schematics. There's a service lift at the top of the engine room. It leads to a Class 7 service corridor that runs along the ship's dorsal structure. Hurry!
Cortana explains how to get out very concisely, giving you the opportunity to focus on your escape. You take a Warthog and play through the bombastic final sequence. There are explosions going off everywhere, there are hundreds of enemies, and the path is hard to drive through. But with smart play, you should be able to make it to Foham's extraction point.
Wait, stop! This is where Fohammer is coming to pick us up. Hold position here.
Cortana to Echo 419. 2 Covenant Banshees are approaching on your 6. Evade. Say again, evade.
I'm hit! Mayday! Mayday! Airport buses are shot to hell! I can't hold her! I can't hold her!
Echo 419! She's gone. Calculating alternate escape route. Ship's inventory shows 1 longsword fighter is still docked in Launch Bay 7. If we move now, we can make it.
Bowhammer's death represents the rest of the Autumn's crew. None of them will make it off Halo. Everyone is as good as dead, except you. Time is limited, but the whole game has been building up to this. And you can make it.
Up ahead, there's a gap in the trench. At top speed, we should be able to clear it. Aboard now! Cutting it close.
Here we go.
Come here, you mother... Oh, shit. This is it, baby. Hold me.
Shut them down. We'll need them later. Fancy a look?
Did anyone else make it?
Scanning. Just dust and echoes. We're all that's left. We did what we had to do. For Earth. An entire Covenant armada obliterated, and the Flood. We had no choice. Halo. It's finished.
No. I think we're just getting started.
And that's where we're left. With Halo destroyed, you have saved the galaxy. You, the viewer, may have noticed that I have started to refer to the player and the chief with the word you. That's because, in Halo, you are the chief. Bungie, in all their games, have always wanted you to feel connected to the protagonist in such a way that you are that character. The protagonist is you. You are the hero of this story. You might not feel that way, but I did. The Master Chief is a character, and he has a few lines of dialogue, but there is plenty of room for the player to insert their own personality. At this point at the end of your journey on the ring, you likely felt this way consciously or not. Away from the game, you remember that you did it. You overcame the challenge, you saved the galaxy. This is only possible thanks to the first-person perspective and immersive setting. The music at all points of the game complemented what was happening on screen, and the cinematics, well, how can you not love them? The Halo trilogy is my favourite group of games of all time, and each has something special to offer. Halo Combat Evolved has the best immersion and atmosphere in the entire trilogy. Its story, gameplay, and music are some of the most interwoven in the gaming space. This 24-year-old masterpiece still outshines releases today in these aspects. If you haven't played Halo before, then what the fuck are you doing here? Why did you just watch this whole dang video? You just spoiled yourself on the whole game. I mean, honestly, what the fuck did you expect?